Welcome, everybody, to Community Conversations brought to you by Concrete Circle, where we talk about what's going on in the community and what we're going to do about it. I am Zhane, the baddest baddie, and I'm also a part of Women of Genesis crew, also co-organizer of Whack Attack Shy, and just an overall dancer, all styles girly. Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I'm Sada. I use any pronouns used with love. And I'm not necessarily affiliated with anybody specifically other than myself and my love for dance.
Nice.
And mainly a house dancer, still learning, and excited to be here.
Yeah. I'm Raye. I go by they, them pronouns. And I also, I don't have affiliations, but like Sada, I'm focusing on house. And I also love all other styles as well. And student of like hip hop and popping as well. Yeah, I don't know what else I was gonna say, but I think that I just love Chicago and dance, so
Yay.
that's yeah.
Also, I forgot my pronouns. She, her, hers, by the way. Yes.
Cool. Lovely.
Ooh, one question before you go into Rose and Thorn. What each of you, what are you excited about for these community conversations? Like, what are you looking for? Like, what's getting you excited about these community conversations? Go ahead.
I would say that I'm excited to just hear different perspectives and gain some insight about it, because I feel like I've had a lot of side conversations with people, and it'll be interesting to kind of like bring it to the forefront so that some actual like real change can start to happen. But yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'll probably say the same thing. I think I'm really hopeful. You know, I hope that like conversations, I know that conversations can get people thinking. And I know that sometimes things could be controversial and things could be, hard to hear. And some things are also like, exciting to hear and fun to hear and things, that are great. So I know that conversations could happen on a spectrum. So I guess I am hopeful and excited that these conversations will, regardless if, it's lighthearted or not lighthearted, that they lead into just positive impacts and positive changes or, that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what they said. I think that there seems to be a lot people want to say. So I'm excited for there to be like a proactive way of expressing ourselves in a way that's not as much reactionary. So I'm excited to hear just like calm conversations.
Calm in all caps though.
Yeah, calm.
Stay calm.
Calm-ish.
Yes, right. Talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm just a chill guy.
Yeah.
We're just chill guys out here.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, should we hop into our roses and our thorns?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would like to start.
Sure. So, is this like rose and thorn of like community or
For yourself.
for myself? Okay. And just for my day. Cool. So, I would say a rose for today would probably be, I would agree. I had a pretty productive day today.
Nice.
I had an interview. I'm kind of diving into changing my career right now, which is a little scary because I've been doing the same thing since I graduated from high school. So I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm excited nonetheless. So my Rose is like taking on like a new venture.
Beautiful.
Yay.
And Thorn would probably be the nerves that go along with that stuff, and just being a little scared. But fear is a good thing. Fear usually means you're headed into a direction of growth. So so I'm excited, and that's what I got going on.
Yeah.
Slay. I kind of mentioned this before, but being in a podcast, I feel more inclined to talk very yes indeed. So if I go in and out to being goofy and then all of a sudden jazz.
Smooth jazz.
Anyways, so my roses, I'm like preparing for like a lot of fun stuff.
Yay.
I have this event called Indie Showcase that's happening January 30th. So I've been creating my own choreography along with folks who are willing to collab. So we had practice for that today.
Nice.
And I also am doing a Crump event that will be December 21st, so this Saturday. So I've been making the music and like preparing like the things we're gonna have on the projector. I haven't really practiced like the set itself, but sometimes us as creatives we like to procrastinate things to the last minute, and it usually turns out being fantastic. So I'm just kind of waiting for that, really like the inspiration for that. But yeah, so I have a lot of exciting things that happening and within the next month or a few days. My thorns is the preparation for it has been pretty thorny. I would say for Indie Showcase, I did World of Dance, which was like in November. So I'm actually unfortunately a little burnt out still from it. I'm like leaving my burnout era, but still kind of having that residualness. So I am unfortunately pushing a lot of things that I need to do last minute, like creating choreo or figuring out concepts and stuff. So there's that. And as far as with this Crump event, I don't know. I've been hearing things, and it's been making me second guess myself and my talents regarding my individualism as a crumper. So I just been trying to navigate those thoughts, negative self-talk. But I'm gonna push through and go back to my roses of being excited for the actual event itself. So yeah, that's that.
That's exciting.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know that's coming up. Like all that stuff is coming up.
It's literally like tonight. Like actually I have to leave right now because it's like it's like right now.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thorn is just I have two kids elementary school that are like sickness is going around, so winter time is tough, so kind of dealing with that, and not like, and just having to help them at night, so not getting good sleep. So that's a thorn. But a rose is that I got to nap.
Heck yeah.
So
absolutely.
They napped at the same time as me. Sometimes they refused to nap, so I was happy that we all got to nap.
Yeah, naps.
Yeah, I'm trying to embrace like the hibernation season. I feel like it's not something I've done in the past, so I'm trying to like I don't know. I do feel like I get affected by the seasons. Like my energy really gets affected by the seasons, so I'm trying to tune in a little more and like there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but just trying to take it slow.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I'm happy to be here
Yeah.
because I haven't been out of the house all day, so it's good to be around adults.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something
Real.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
What we got?
Yeah, so I think our next topic is regarding more and less of what we want to see in the community.
Ooh, this
know
is
if-
interesting.
Yeah. This may take some thought
Yeah.
processing.
I would just like to say I would like to see more diversity.
Mm-hmm.
More women, more non-men, and it always excites me. Where I do feel like there has been a new wave of community members, which is exciting to see because I'm somebody who came in around like after the pandemic, and so I still feel rather new, but now it's exciting to see like a newer wave of people who are entering the freestyle community, and seeing a lot of femmes and individuals who are engaging in styles that are more queer based or more femme based. So that has been pretty cool to see, but I would love to see more always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with you. I think I no matter what community I'm in, whether it's like dance or like, I don't know, people who like to eat like cheese or something, I want diversity.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So I agree. And I also do see like, you know, day by day there's more people participating in, like you said, like more femme or queer based styles of dance or communities, areas, things like that. So I'm loving that. But I think I want to see more communication,
Yeah.
more healthy communication, like discussions, town halls,
Yeah.
more empathy, and like putting into practice what we preach. I think a lot of the time this community, not saying everyone's perfect, but I think a lot of the community, we are like, a lot of people are sweet, they're really kind, and they have a lot of like nice intentions, or nice thoughts, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't come, it's not what's the word I'm looking for, it sometimes cannot come across that way, you know, and even though the person may not mean it a certain way, it, you know, sometimes it could be not translated well. So I think if we were able to have more discussions as a community on whatever the topics may be, I don't know, I think it would help us to have an understanding of each other and know what we can provide for each other, so we can tap into, you know, the resources that everyone has that they could provide, and just to be better people, better friends, better leaders, teachers. So yeah, that's what I want to see more of.
I feel like that makes sense though, because as artists we're very emotional
Girl.
individuals.
Yeah.
So
Who
it
you
makes
telling?
sense that communication would be a difficult issue. Also, as like dancers, I feel like a lot of the times they're people who do this craft because they don't have the words.
That's
So
real.
it makes it
Preach.
I think difficult when we're having these deeper, harder conversations to always have the words,
Right.
Yeah.
and to not lead with your emotion. But I would love to see more of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of that, like, I think that dance is like super vulnerable, and sometimes I think it's hard for people to, I don't know if it's like managing conflict or something when we are in such a vulnerable space together. I feel like a friend told me, like, I was talking to a friend about that. And I do feel like that the vulnerability of all of it makes it tricky, and more like sensitive and like emotional. So yeah, navigating that is a challenge, I think, for the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think I guess to clarify, like I do want more chats, but I also do realize that we are dancers, so we don't necessarily always have the right words to say, and we all come from different backgrounds, education backgrounds and family backgrounds. So I guess that's totally fine. But I think in those circumstances where there is like conflict or there is some type of confusion about a certain thing, or if we're looking to figure out how to better the community, sometimes I think we do need to chit chat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I kind of would love more of just like standard chit chats. Like, hey, we're doing an event where we're just chatting.
No, I agree.
I think it'd be really fun.
With that, for sure.
Getting to know people gives more context, so then there'll be less misunderstandings in the future.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cool.
That kind of like goes into like what I was thinking I would like to see more of. I would love to see more, like Trey says, like intermingling among like the different styles, because I feel like we can kind of get in our little like, I don't know what the word is, silo, bubbles of like, and I feel like it usually like is by style, but I love when I see people like coming to other events, even if they're not dancing that style, or like if it's not a focus, just to get to know each other, because and we're around each other when we do like open style events, but I think I like the idea of intermingling, and I feel like there's like some people come to mind. I feel like I think of people on Shy Book like coming around to like house events, like and stuff like that. Love to see it. I like that.
It's being open-minded.
Yeah, because I feel like these dance styles kind of like represent a part of like being human, like unique parts of being human, and I feel like we could all learn from each other. And I don't like seeing like kind of if there's people thinking like their style is like the hardest or whatever. I think there's something to be learned from all of them. So just like humility when coming, like thinking about other people's styles, and just open-mindedness is something I would love to see more of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Just I know we were like, I gave like the idea of like conversations and stuff, so I didn't know if that was the actual thing you wanted more of too, like
conversations.
I meant like, sorry, I'm trying to English this properly. Is there anything that you also thought that you wanted more of that you didn't mention, I guess, or was that only it?
What else? Okay, I mentioned like intermingling, open-mindedness. I think that
you don't have to, by the way.
I feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me.
Oh no, you're good. I just wasn't sure because I know I had like the idea of conversations and stuff, so I thought you were like just adding on.
I think I was just like, I like the conversation we're having, and it was just sparked. But I do think I would love to see more transparency and honesty as well. Like, just being, also, I think it starts with being honest with ourselves and like reflecting with ourselves, like what our goal is when we're trying to make something happen. Like, is this just like for our friends, which is something, or like, are we calling it a community thing? Like, which I think entails more.
Yes, Raye.
Yeah, Sada and I have talked about this. Like, if we're gonna call it something like a community event, like I think like inclusivity is important. And like, if it's not for the community, okay, let's just not call it that. Like, but yeah, I don't know where else I'm going.
Intention is huge.
Intention, yes.
It's absolutely huge. I would love to see more of that as well. And I think that people get scared sometimes because of the way that they're going to be perceived, or thinking that if they are just throwing an event for the sake of what they want to see, that they're doing something wrong. But I think that it's more wrong to say that you're doing something for the community but not want to hear out the community, and hear out the needs of what people are actually wanting to see. But yeah, I would also love to see that.
Yeah, and I think also just like recognizing like we're all like privileged in ways. Like, I try to reflect on how I'm privileged, and I think that I would love to see everyone thinking about that, and like just knowing when to stay in your lane when you're trying to, like, when someone who's coming from a marginalized identity is trying to talk about something that is bothering them. Like, I don't want to see people who are coming from a place of privilege over those people saying that doesn't exist. For example, like, just like if someone were to say like, hey, there's a problem with homophobia in this community, it's not the place of non-queer people to be like, I haven't seen that around, like, I don't think that exists. So just like listening when you're coming from a place of privilege on the topic that someone is bringing up is like something I would love to see more of.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, so much agree. Yeah, I just really wish. That's kind of like why I want more chit chats, just so that we're dancing with these people and we see these people every day, like in dance class, but it'll be nice to get to know people outside of class, or outside of sessions. That way you could become emotionally in tuned with people who are different from you. And I don't know, maybe I'm just like a feely, empathic person. I'm all
like
about that, you know?
I that.
Love to get to know people, and I love your, like, tell me what you're thinking every second of the day. But that's just me. So I get
tell me your story.
Yeah, I love that. So I know not everyone's about that, but I just think that, not saying that would immediately alleviate all issues and conflicts and thoughts and weird stuff, but I feel like it would help. I feel like
I think so.
Yeah, it'll help us to kind of, we could probably dance better knowing who we're dancing with, you know?
Feel like more comfortable. And like less assumptions.
Yes.
When you know where someone's coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense for you, Zhane, because you're also somebody who engages with a lot of different styles. So it just shows that you are open-minded to learning different languages. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Mama Slay Queen. Yes.
Hey guys, before we continue the episode, it's your favorite behind the scenes camera gal, Emily, favorite podcaster, producer. Anyways, before we continue, just wanted to give a quick shout out and a quick message from our partner / sponsor, Concrete Circle. They are a digital community network and booking platform for street dance and culture. Created #for us, by us. We believe that our culture and our arts are valuable and sacred. We should have access to quality resources and an empowering community to support each other in making it. Concrete Circle is partnered with Talent Management Agency and committed to increasing access to industry quality resources and fostering an uplifting community. To support each other in our journeys, we value authenticity and quality in making connections and building community, in addition to accessibility in their professional opportunities that are completely free or low cost for dancers. Concrete Circle will always be for us and by us. Join our network at Concrete Circle on Instagram or at concretecircle.org. Thank you. Back to the episode.
I also had another, or kind of like sparked from something that Raye had said, where with like getting to know other styles, I would also love to see more like intergenerational
Yes.
events
Yes.
with children included, with like just different generations, so we can get an idea of different like viewpoints on that perspective as well.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the huge things that maybe our community is lacking in, is there's not necessarily like OGs or like leaders of a different generation. Everybody is kind of on the same like playing field. There are some like Man of God is like of a different generation. Brave, who comes around, is of a different generation. But yeah, T.
I thought you were saying like that's T.
T-Bug. Shout out to T-Bugs.
Yeah. So we do see some of it, but I would love to see more.
Yeah.
You know, because nothing like gets your heart going more, like gets you more inspired than seeing like a little baby get down.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bounce.
Yeah.
Or see some, you know, older person like two-stepping in the corner. And I think it also encourages people to like dance with each other.
Yes.
Versus like against each other.
Ooh. Yeah. They do be having a lot of battles, but like,
right.
you know, I agree.
Time and place.
Yeah. Even at battles, there's cipher time. And stuff. That I liked that about Movement Revolution's battle this weekend. I feel like it was family friendly, and I took my 4-year-old to it.
I love that.
And they had a kids battle.
Yeah.
And like he was a little mad at me for not being able to dance in it. I didn't know he wanted to. But anyway, I shouldn't share too much of his feeling, but
goes back and watches it. Hey, Mom.
Right.
So, but I do think it was like family friendly, and like the time that it was, like it started at 2, so like it's harder for me as a parent to bring my kids to events that start in like the evening because of their bedtimes and stuff. So I love family friendly events.
Beautiful.
So, but I agree. I would love to see like intergenerational things more often.
Yeah. Is there anything else we think there should be more or less of?
I think talked a lot about like what we want to see more of,
Right.
but maybe talking a little bit on what we want to see less of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have any thoughts.
I would like to see less of. I'm trying to think of how to like word this, but like less of treating people with more or less respect according to their skill. Especially when people are like trying their best. I think everyone deserves respect, regardless of like their skill level. And I don't think I'm not trying to. I feel like there's some nuance. I'm not trying to say like everyone deserves access to everything, but like I don't know. I would love to see less of like treating people differently based on like who's beneficial for. Like I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but like if I don't like seeing if there's like someone who's not like. I don't know. I guess less clout chasing. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like and treating people with respect, even if they won't like benefit you and like gaining clout.
Yeah.
Treating everyone equal in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. I think I agree with that. I think that we're all human, we're all learning, we're all like everyone's dance journey is different. And everyone's dance skills are different. So I think we just have to be acknowledgeable. Once again, that's why we should chit chat and realize everyone is not the same. And treat people with respect regardless of like, their difference compared to you, I guess for me, I don't really even know what I would want to see less of, because when I think of less of, I think of more of. So
It's hard to keep it.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm gonna go back to more of, but it could be less. I would love to see like more battles that are specifically not just all styles. Not saying I want to see less of all styles, but at the same time, I recently did like Shadow Puppets popping battle. That was fun. And I helped Vero, Ashley, and Zach with like the Dawn of the Dance whacking battle. So and then we also had a all styles like 0 to smoke to 7
to smoke.
7 to, why did I say 0? 7 to smoke
Gotcha.
So it was cool to kind of like, even though like to have two separate battles within a battle, which is cool. But yeah, I just would love more like specific style battles.
Yeah, I would love to see more house battles.
Ooh.
Yeah. I always love the house.
Selfishly.
Yeah.
Right. No, as you should.
Yeah, or just like switching up the format of battles in general. More team battles, so like more community building, or more femme-centric battles. I think that those things highlighting specific communities to where they can showcase like what they actually do and how they do it well. I think also will bring respect in that same way, where sometimes people are looking for to give you respect based off of your dancing, like you were saying earlier. And I think I don't think that that's right, but I think that a way of going through a a way of like going about that would be to highlight them in their like specific style battles
Yeah,
or
I agree.
events.
Yeah, I was talking to Vero about that, like how excited I was for the whacking battle, and
Shout out to Vero.
yeah, and I really liked what she said about like how, like, I mean, I had never been to a whacking battle, so, and she was just saying like how, it's like, I don't know what her words were, but essentially like that, like there's all kinds of energy, different kinds of energies these different styles bring, and like
Yeah.
everyone deserves to be able to experience these different energies.
Yes.
And culture as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that really, and that was a really dope event. So I'm really excited that happened.
Thank you so much for attending.
Yeah. Thanks for
It's so fun.
putting it on.
I want to see more food at events.
Yes. Come on now.
Yes.
I know, it can get hungry.
Yeah, I only said that because my stomach is literally like. I'm like, dang, can the mic hear that?
Maybe not.
Yes.
Yeah, more food.
Yeah.
Food, water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Water. We need to be
Water.
hydrated. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else. We do have like another topic after this, but I don't know if we have anything. I really want to figure out less of so bad.
Yeah, I know. I guess maybe one thing that I could say is, I'm just gonna say it how I'm gonna say it.
Period.
And if it comes off rude, it comes
It
off
is what it is.
hot take.
Hot take coming in. Coming in hot.
But I would like to see less of the same people.
Oh.
And opportunities spread to people that are qualified but don't get the same shine that I think that other people get sometimes. Where I think that we get in a cycle of being like, well, this person does this, so let's just keep hiring them or keep putting them in this position. And then it results in kind of the same battle every time, where you'll see maybe like a little handful mixture of differences like between the battles. But I would love to see different people put in those positions just to mix things up.
Yeah.
And not to say like just put anybody, but there are people that I believe that are qualified, who I think deserve a chance to get an opportunity.
I feel like the hard part with that, I mean, I don't know. Like I still feel like I've been dancing longer than half of the people that exist. No, I'm not that old. Wait. But hello. Can I hear myself again? Okay, I'm still there. But what I mean is like specifically in the freestyle community, I feel very baby. This is like a year. It's like a year and some months now. So I don't want to say that I know everything.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I guess the hard part with that is like what exactly makes a person qualify. Like I feel like a lot of those, when those things come up, I feel like it's like an unspoken rule of who is qualified, but there is no actual like set rules, like we could see it, you know.
Yes.
Right.
More discussion, more communication.
That's
about
why we got
that.
a chit chat.
Yes.
Yeah, because that would be cool to be able to make like some sort of qualification. Like some people believe if you've won this many battles, then you're qualified to judge, or some people believe if you've like coordinated events before or whatever the case may be, that it makes you qualified. And it would be interesting to make like a general rubric for the scene of who is qualified. So there wouldn't be these discrepancies every time where somebody's like, oh, this judge is not qualified, but it's like, oh, you really are just mad because you didn't win the battle, or
Yeah, because like you said, it's like it kind of feels like unspoken, and like assumptions are being made about like what's like the truth, but it's like maybe we don't all agree on like what like I don't know. It would be like maybe we can come to agreement by like talking about what we think qualifies someone, instead of just like assuming that we're all on the same page when we really don't know like what each other's like thinking.
Real.
And that comes from also like what you were saying before, is like the transparency of like standing 10 toes and being like, this is why I hired this person, like this point, and take it or leave it. Or if it is like they're saying a community event, then listening to other people and seeing like, hey, maybe I didn't, maybe I should take this stuff into account.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was a good one. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Real.
What else?
But I feel what you were saying. Like, I feel like such a baby, so I'm like, I don't know, like, take everything I say with like a grain of salt, because I'm really new to this as well. But it's just like stuff I've noticed, like the stuff I've been talking about. But like, I think I for sure can work on things. But
yeah, I think it also would take or things that are helpful is practice.
Yeah.
With all this stuff, I think that a lot of people maybe have drive, but don't feel like they have the resume to back it up or the years to back it up. And that's okay. It's giving a place to where that people can practice. So maybe more mock battles. So people can practice to be an MC. People can practice, to DJ. Giving a safe space where it's not putting everything on the line about like giving somebody new an opportunity.
You're just speaking my mind.
I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something like I love seeing, and like I would love to see more of. I feel like shout out to Just Be for like Jack Your Body, like absolutely. And then like I feel like there's been I've been seeing like more and more like beginner novice battles happening, and I love that a lot. Awesome. I appreciate everyone who's put that stuff on. Because I think it's nice to have like something not so high stakes for newbies like me to get into. And then like I was thinking about battles, but when it comes, I was just thinking when you said like MCs, I would love to see more like also intermingling with musicians, like the dance community intermingling with musicians, and like when it comes to like, I don't know, I'm thinking of like hip hop and like MCs, like would love to see like more hip hop MCs who are making music be MCs at events.
Have the different elements of hip hop like present.
I saw that somewhere, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's beatboxing all of a sudden!"
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Unfortunately, I still can't think of less. So, yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah, that is all right.
You said it like a different way.
I can, say less, but
right.
I kind of gotta say more. So
it's always more. Always comes back around.
Right.
I'm curious to know, with all of the less of and more of, if you would, is there a specific example or story that made you want to share that? You don't have to say names or anything, but I'm curious.
So Becky and Shaniqua.
God damn it, Becky.
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know. No thoughts.
I feel like I said a lot and I can't think of like.
Yeah.
Specific story.
Well, I guess I know we mentioned how there's like more beginner battles, and I said that I wanted more specific battles based off styles. So like I already mentioned, like Shadow Puppets had their popping battle, and there was Dawn of the Dance, which was whacking. I think here at Rhythm Hood, there was also like a mock battle for the hip hop students. So that stuff I really enjoyed that because once again it was style specific stuff, and it's complicated because I do appreciate all styles because then I'm able to see. That's the one time where I'm able to kind of be with everyone at once, and no matter what their style is. But it also is great to work with people that are in my style, especially when it's beginners, because then I feel like there's not as much pressure and intimidation. We're all here learning. We're all here to have fun. And if you win, you win. Like it's not like high stakes. So I do love that feeling. And I think having mock battles, like specifically the hip hop one for Rhythm Hood, was also really fun because that's once again was really low stakes, and we were just able to jam. So
that was
are, like,
fun.
Specific examples,
I would say that all of the house events have gotten me thinking about what it is that I feel like draws me to an event. And I think the event coordinators have a huge part to play in the energy that's curated at their event. And that's something that is always so present every time that I go to an event that's curated by Just Be. Because there's just this energy of inclusivity. And then sometimes you go to other events and it's run by somebody who has an intention more of like battling heavy, and you can feel that, and that's not to say anything like negative about the other events. It's just a different intention, like we were talking about earlier. But yeah, I think I'm still not being specific with my story.
Shout it. Well, Just Be.
Just Be is good enough. You can leave it at that, really.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think kind of like going off what you were saying, like not like every event is for everyone probably. But like when people are transparent about like their intentions and like what they're looking for, then people can kind of decide like, do I want to go to this or not? And like there just be like more like, I don't know, people know what they're getting into is cool.
Right, you can set your expectation. Because there's sometimes where it's like the same thing if you go to like a choreo class sometimes, or any dance class, where there'll be days where sometimes like the teacher is talking a whole lot and you're ingesting it, and there's sometimes where I'm like, dang, like I just want to dance. And then there's certain days where I'm in the mood to listen and really absorb, and sometimes I wish that people disclosed what they had going on that day. And it's the same thing with events where I love when people are setting the intention where it's like, this is going to be like a big old party and we're just going to dance together and just have a good time. Or it's like, this is war today and we're going to like, we're going to go at it. And so it's nice to know what you're getting yourself into, especially as somebody who is a beginner battler, or somebody who's like just dipping their toes like into it, to know like how cutthroat the day is gonna be, or how open-minded the day is gonna be.
Hey guys, before we continue the episode, it's your favorite behind the scenes camera gal, Emily, favorite podcaster, producer. Anyways, before we continue, just wanted to give a quick shout out and a quick message from our partner / sponsor, Concrete Circle. They are a digital community network and booking platform for street dance and culture. Created #for us, by us. We believe that our culture and our arts are valuable and sacred. We should have access to quality resources and an empowering community to support each other in making it. Concrete Circle is partnered with Talent Management Agency and committed to increasing access to industry quality resources and fostering an uplifting community to support each other in our journeys. We value authenticity and quality in making connections and building community, in addition to accessibility in their professional opportunities that are completely free or low cost for dancers. Concrete Circle will always be for us and by us. Join our network at Concrete Circle on Instagram or at concretecircle.org. Thank you. Back to the episode.
Yeah, and I feel like I appreciate when organizers are like when they post about like who's gonna be judging and like who's gonna be MC and DJ. So I appreciate when people do that, because then I do feel like that's like, kind of like the vibe that you're getting into.
There's one thing I wanted to also kind of bring back, because you mentioned like giving people chances to do certain things in the community, so it's not the same people. I think like recently I went to the Midwest Furry Convention, and so for those who don't know what a furry is, I'm probably not the best to explain it because I'm not one myself, but it's just like people who participate in wearing like clothes that resemble like animals, and they have like a really big like convention that happens every year. So I was asked to be a judge because apparently the community is also super crazy at dancing. Like everyone's so talented. So they had like a freestyle battle, and they had like a choreo dance battle, and yeah, and they also asked me to teach like a dance class, like a whacking / hip hop class. So for me, that was really my first time teaching. Like I've taught a lot of times, but like a whacking specific one and a hip hop one, because if it was really new for me, but it was fun because like I've been taking classes, here at Rhythm Hood with Vero and Zach, and then BP and Lam and all them. So I'm like, oh, I get to finally use everything I learned, and share that with other people who want to learn, who don't necessarily have like the means to come out to classes at certain studios, or even if they're not even from Chicago. So I think one thing would be really cool is to like have more people like teach class. But of course I do understand that everyone should be teaching, meaning like, some of the best dancers aren't necessarily the best teachers. So that is important to realize, but also for those who would love to teach, giving them that experience to either teach them how to teach or, allowing people that I guess who have been really consistent on training, maybe giving them that chance to teach some classes or something. And also, as far as, like I said, I also judged some of like the freestyle battles that was there at the convention. So that was also my first time judging a freestyle battle. Like I've judged like a lot of K-pop stuff because I'm a K-pop gal. But that was my first time doing like freestyle judging. And that was super fun. But like I probably wouldn't have never gotten that opportunity if I wasn't asked within that community. So shout out to Steve for that. And I guess just kind of concluding, it would be cool to have some new judges, because I do see like we do have like a lot of the same judges, and I do get like, once again, this kind of goes back to the who's qualified, so I know it's hard to kind of choose new people. But if I think it'll be really cool if we could have some giving other people new chances to judge, even if it's like mock battles first. But and specifically femme judges.
Yep. That part.
But yeah, it'll be really cool to see some new people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you, how were you received as like a judge or as like by your students when you were teaching those classes?
Oh, they looked up to me a lot. Like they were, I don't know how to explain it, but they just really like were like, oh my gosh, like I really want to learn from you. I hope you teach more classes. I really enjoyed my time. This is like the first time I've ever done whacking, or like I never moved my body in that way. So, you know, they perceived me quite well as like a teacher, and they want to learn more. But I guess as a judge, yeah, I don't know. They, like I said, I think people just really were. I don't want to lower myself, but I'm like trying to be like, how do I? People, I feel like they had me on this high pedestal, like she's so amazing, like this whacker phenomenon, and like she knows everything, like she's like so great. And then there's me that's just like, well, this is my first time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was also the only like woman judge on the panel. So I think they were looking for me to maybe have like a certain bias towards like femme styles. But little thing, I mean, I'm sure they all knew like I don't just do that. Like I do all the styles. So not saying I have not como se dice, mastered all of them, of course. And I know there's probably discourse with that, and I'm not even gonna get into that, but I do have knowledge of various styles. So I didn't necessarily have that bias towards femme styles. I do enjoy it a lot more, but yeah. So in general, I guess to answer your question, yeah, I think people really were inspired by me and looked up to me. And I knew that there was one person that came up to me who like cried because they were also like I think they also identified as like a femme person, and they were also like on a thicker side, so and they were also a person of color, so they were like literally in tears seeing someone like me kind of like being like that representation for them, as a dancer and also like as a judge, as a teacher. So that's why I think it's super important to have like different people doing various things within the dance community so that you can have that representation for, you know, like there's probably like that one little black girl that's like, oh my gosh, like I want to be here when I grow up.
Yeah.
But how can she feel that way if there's no one like me up there, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why I got excited. Or I guess this is like kind of a specific story, but Kamari.
Yeah.
And seeing them at Ladies of Hip Hop and being like, this is a non-binary individual who is like representing for like a whole group of people that don't, like very rarely get represented in street dance scenes. So I think that was one thing that got me excited, where I was like, I would love to see events that highlight different people specifically, because then you get to see somebody who can inspire others. And shout out to Kamari.
Heck yeah. Yes,
Absolutely.
well,
Ray, did you have any stories or examples?
I think I gave some shout outs when I was talking. I kind of forgot what I said. Any specific stories? My mind's blank right now.
that's so real. You're literally me. No thoughts.
Right. Just vibes.
I will.
Yeah.
I think. I guess like when you were talking, when you all were talking about like like reaching out to different parts of the community. I kind of think about like the youth, and just like, and then like I'm s- I could learn more, but what I've seen on like social media, I really love to see like the footwork community, like reaching out to the youth, and like they made like a coloring book.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and
So cute.
and like including like underserved areas in our city. So I really love that. Would love to see more of that as well. Like overall, I think it's cool when there's young people that can access the freestyle scene through like other ways, or like I'm not trying to like bash like people coming in through like the studio like kind of route, but I would like to see a balance of like also including like underserved areas, and kind of like I don't know, like coming to those communities, because I feel like transportation can be a big barrier.
Real.
Even if there's free classes available, I feel like yeah, the transportation can like be a big obstacle. So like coming to those and like like I know like there's after school matters stuff going on, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to the footwork community.
Yeah, yeah.
We can wrap up. That was great. That's specifically Creative Network.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
yeah. Creative Network,
Creative
yes.
Network is doing really well. Kelly and Charles are
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the last thing is to wrap up is your buds. So what are you looking forward to for the community in 2025 and for yourself? More of a personal thing, like next week or that's coming up.
Crickets.
Well, I could start then. Like I already kind of mentioned it as my rose and my thornies, but it'll be my buddy too. Like I said, I do have a Crump event this Saturday, December 21st. So I'm looking forward to putting it all on the stage. And not saying I need to show my worth, but at the same time, I'm going to show that I'm worthy because I am, and stay mad. But no, I'm kidding. But yeah, so there's that. And then like indie showcase, that's more choreography based. Like I said, I'm an all styles girly. So not only am I in the freestyle community, but I'm also in the choreo community. So if anybody's interested in that, pop out January 30th. So I'm looking forward to all of that, especially because the theme that we got going is going to be fire. As far as the community, what I'm looking forward to, I don't know. I kind of just want more positivity, more parties. I like to party. So if we could do some more like jams where, I love battling because I'll be at every battle, no cap. Like if it's a battle, I'm going to be there. But I just want to jam, I want to dance, I want to have some fun. And networking with folks, doing more gigs. I want to be out there. I just want to dance. I want to be out there. But yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to what am I looking forward to?
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new year and seeing what it brings. I'm looking forward to diving deeper into my 20s and seeing what that unfolds for myself. And as far as the community, like I said before, I'm looking forward to a good house battle.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to some of the things that Rhythm Hood has cooking up. Keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell us. No, I'm kidding.
well,
Yeah, what's going on?
like BP is going.
He gonna
His
bust right
ears
through.
about to.
His spidey sense is
Yeah.
going on.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to, like I said, like this new wave of people that are coming into the scene and this new excitement, and some shifts that are already happening. Like shout out to Junebug for winning that battle. I don't know what that battle was called.
With the late, is it the late twins one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually don't even know the title either. World
Okay.
of Us. Who knows? Yeah, Joe.
But that battle, I
Yeah.
think that June is an exciting person to watch, and I think that she's going to be somebody who's going to be mixing up the scene. So,
Mm-hmm.
also Zhane too.
Oh.
Yes. For once. For real.
For being somebody who's diving into fully committing themselves to these each different style,
Mm-hmm.
and being open-minded and being fearless,
Mm-hmm.
and inspiring a lot of like femmes to get out there and start kicking some booty.
Booty. Thank you, my love.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my turn.
Yee.
What am I looking forward to? Personally, I'm looking forward to like a training arc, like just
Yeah.
trying to get more fit.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like there's some, I think it would be, there's some physical barriers.
So
that,
real.
I feel like if I do some cross training, I'm excited to work on that, like this winter.
Yes.
And seeing how it goes, when with the battles in the spring.
Raye's about to be like an anime character.
I hope, but I don't know. I don't know about that, but I hope that'd be cool.
I'd watch that one.
And for the community, I'm really excited that I feel like more like conversations are happening, and people are being like honest and like expressive, instead of like bottling it in. But I like this wave of like wanting like to communicate more, like you said, and excited for the changes it may bring. Not that everything needs to change, but like I don't know, just like balancing like what's working in the past and like what, I don't know, just like more balance. Yeah.
Real.
Period.
Yeah.
That's on period.
Nice. Thank you so